crafty friends. I am still experimenting with technology and trying yet another setup for doing a Facebook Live. So I hope you'll bear with me on any technical difficulties. I am still just trying to figure out how to make the software work, one thing, and then secondly, how to set up my two cameras so that I can show you something like the catalog we're going to look at today. And I can also talk to you face to face. So if you are seeing me and joining me live on Facebook or YouTube, it would be most helpful to me if you drop a comment saying hi and where you're watching on. I'm doing this session a little bit to troubleshoot and learn and share with you. So for today, I don't have a project to make, but over lunch, I was sitting there having some nice warm soup, and I was looking through the latest Stampin' Up! Catalog. And the more I look through it, the more things I see. So I thought I'd spend some time with you. I have no idea why my camera is moving and trying to autofocus. That's one of the next things I guess I need to troubleshoot if this basically works. I will put a link in the comments so you can look through the catalog on your own in great detail. But maybe you'll catch some things that I'm pointing out and go back and look at them yourself. I see that I am live. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for letting me know you're there. So that's working. Yay. Do you have something you're working on, like trying to figure out how to make something work or a technology that you just can't seem to get? I'm going to say keep at it and keep trying. I know eventually this will work because it works for thousands of other people. Like, I don't know why my phone just stopped recording the catalog. There we go. All right. So anyway, let's do a walkthrough of this catalog. And let me know if what some of your favorites are. So this is a catalog that went live at the beginning of January, and I haven't had any chance to do hardly anything this month because I got sick for a couple of weeks and it really took it out of me. I'm just going to keep going even though my camera is moving around. I have a lot I would like to show you. So these products can be purchased online right now at Stampin' Up! And there's a lot more available than what's currently in the catalog. So one of the things I always like at the beginning of a catalog is there's a little story, and the story here was about how much scrapbooking has changed since Sarah Douglas, who's the CEO of Stampin' Up, started Stampin'. And I always like to read like other people's thoughts on crafting. And I know from my first scrapbook page that I ever made, things have changed a lot. As we get into the catalog, there's a page here that I kind of liked. It's called Making Memory Challenge, and it's sort of like a little bingo chart. At the beginning of this year, when everybody was working on resolutions, somebody talked about making kind of a bingo card for the year rather than just a resolution. And I like that, and that could be a good thing to do to kind of challenge yourself to spend time on the activities you'd like to. And then, of course, scrapbook them. So then there's a page that shows some of the kits. So there's a few new kits available now. There's a baby book kit that came out at the beginning of January, I think. And then there's two new card kits out recently, one with pretty butterflies on it that you stamp and one with flowers. And then this kit is available now. It's called a adoption kit, I think. And it makes little 3D animals and a doghouse and a cage. So that would be a cute project to do with any kids. And then I think our first section here is going to be scrapbooking workshop kits. And the first one here is called Love Story. So this kit has all the things that you need to make 3 2-page layouts. Very cute. These are good, great to have and grab when you're going to scrapbook away from home, because you really can minimize how much stuff you bring and jump right in and just start cutting and following the directions. And then you can tailor it to put your own photos in. So this catalog release had a few scrapbook kits. This one is called Exploring Nature, and it has more outdoorsy themes and blues and greens in it, and features one of the paper packs that's I'll show you in more detail later. And then there's one more here, I think just one more. Yeah, one more here that's called Beach Time. I just bought this one and I started making it a couple of weeks ago at my last Friday Crafternoon event. And it was great to just kind of open it up and start right away cutting things out. Let me switch the cameras here so you see the catalog bigger. There we go. As I said, my phone kind of keeps moving around and refocusing, so I got to troubleshoot that for next time. Anyway, this is the Beach Time one. And these scrapbooking kits are like $35 to $38 and have like embellishments and sticker sheets and cutout sheets that really help you amp it up. Then there is another offering of Memories and More card packs. So these are like pre-printed, designed cards, really, like not cards because they're not folded, but like 4x6 kind of things that you can use for card fronts or use them in scrapbooking pages. And I've seen a lot of very pretty ones, especially made with this butterfly one. And those are good for pocket scrapbooking too. There's a new offering of ephemera. So there's some stickers. There's spring or Easter ones with bunnies and flowers. We have some puffy stickers for spring with little birds and bunnies and butterflies. And then there's a similar to the cards, Memories and More cards, there's love notes. This paper pack has some regular paper, but then it also has these cards you can cut out and use to embellish your cards, or really, almost just make a card with it. And then one of the things I want you to look at if you have this catalog, and maybe you want to doggy ear this page on page 17, is templates. So Stampin' Up! Has started putting in their catalog sketches. And so when you're going, oh, I want to make a card, but I have no idea where I want to start, just challenge yourself. Pick up the paper that you like and go to one of these sketches. Like this one would be very easy to use with almost every paper you have. There's one here with circles. There's one here with squares, a couple of scrapbook pages. So those can be great inspiration. And I'll try and use some of those in upcoming projects so you can see how it really can give you a good jump start. Then we're at what is probably my favorite stamp set in the catalog, because I think that this one can be used so much. So this is definitely one to invest in. It's called Reason to Celebrate. It's $20, and it has all of these really great sentiments you can use to personalize your cards for everything really here. So it's got Valentine's Day, Easter, graduation, birthday. You can link it up, happy birthday, St. Patrick's Day, happy anniversary, New Year's, congratulations, special day. So many words here that you'll be able to use. If you only bought one stamp set this year, I think this is the one. It's a great value, and I already have it, and I've used it a few times. Now, if we're go to some other stamp sets here, there's a baby one that has really cute little stuffed animals. I like those. And then over here, here's some larger sentiments. I almost never buy these, but then as soon as I see people making things with them, I'm like, oh, I should have bought that one. So these large sentiments really can be the focal point of the front of your card with just pattern paper, or you could blend ink onto a piece of white paper and then stamp over it. Those are great. And one of the things I hadn't really paid attention to, this is an older product. There's a bee builder punch that went with a honeybee set that we had, and it has little heart-shaped punch outs you can make from that. So that's a good one to have if you don't already have it. Then we're into now the suites. So each catalog usually has suites that have paper and coordinating stamps and dies and some ribbon and some bling. I'm moving my catalog around as my camera kind of tries to refocus. So the first one here is called Lovely and Beautiful. It's really pretty paper pack with all different flowers. In case anybody needs more flowers. I know Debbie doesn't need more flowers, she said. And then there's two coordinating stamps in this suite. Both of them have dies with them. These flowers are very pretty, and I've seen a lot of people doing that and using vellum with the flowers for a nice soft look. And then the beautifully celebrated Stampin' die. These dies have some really pretty nested shapes. And I'll show you a couple examples of how those are used. Also included in the suite is some gems and some gold cards and new ribbon. Here's one of the neat things that you can do with those nested shapes. You can cut out a frame for your scrapbook pictures. So I think I might get that one and use it on scrapbook pages. And then here's an example of using those those fancy corners that are one of the dies in that set. Here's a view of some of the ways you can layer these die cuts to make really pretty dimensional flowers. And then we'll go on to the next suite here. So this catalog has a lot, I'm telling you, really a lot. So this is the Made with Love suite. It's Valentine's themed, obviously. And there's beautiful paper with lots of red and white hearts and some pink and some exos and some arrows. And then there's a stamp set, Endless Love, and a coordinating die set. One of the things I think is cute in this die set is this little arrow. So I've seen a lot of people use that. There's this beautiful little pack of little gems that you can use in a shaker card, or you can just stick them down on your cards for bling like they've done here. There's a pretty embossing folder that makes a heart-shaped design, and some treat bags that coordinate with this. One of the things I like about that stamp set is that the font is the same as, I'm trying to move this over, the same as the font that's in the mini alphabet die set. One of the essential letter dies I think you need to have. So you can use this stamp set, like the love is from the stamp, and then you can cut out words using the mini alphabet dies like hello, and it looks like it all goes together. So if you haven't got this one yet, that's one I think you need for card making and scrapbooking. And then a couple more examples there, and then we'll go to the Easter Joy. So this is the next suite, and it has Easter paper and bunnies, as you would expect. And one of the things I hadn't noticed before, but saw when I was sitting there looking through it today, is this really nice basket die. So the basket die is used in several of the examples that are shown here. And that alone is making me now want that set that I didn't think I needed. The gems for this, there's some dots, but also some cute little Easter eggs in the gems. And then the paper has some Easter themes like this one and this one, but then a lot of times the back is a more neutral design that you could use just in general for spring. Here's what someone did with that little Easter basket that's making me want to get this. They cut out two of them and put them together in a little box, so you could have a little treat box there. And this also shows the pretty blue gingham ribbon that's part of this collection. I didn't get that one yet, but I think I will. And now, let's see, so the next one here is Nature Walk. And we saw some of this paper in one of the scrapbook kits earlier. So this has paper that's got blues and greens and some neutrals in it. It's really great for outdoor pictures and really great for more masculine cards. The suite includes a stamp set and dies, Nature Symphony. These really nice little rugged, what are they called? Let's see, faux bronze pentagons. And then I hadn't seen this until I saw someone use it today in a video I was watching. But there's a paper pack called Natural Hues, and this is textured paper. It looks like handmade paper. It's thick and has a texture to it, and goes really well as a accent to these other papers. And then there's a couple of pages of examples there. And then yeah, Debbie, I like how they wove paper through that basket too. So that basket die has some slits cut in it, and they wove paper through it to add some more color and dimension. I hadn't seen that until today. All right, now let's look at the Cute as a Bug suite. This one is my favorite and what I bought first. It has beautiful paper and little bugs. Now, I'm not a bug person per se, but they made these bugs really darn cute. So I have been playing with this paper. I've made a few different cards. I don't know if I showed you any of them yet. It comes with Stampin die set, and on this one, a lot of the dies, these are all the dies, and they cut out a lot of the images on the paper, so you can have the cute little bugs to add to your cards and pop them up and without all the coloring, or you can stamp the images and color them in as you would like. But this is adorable. There's this caterpillar here that's kind of got a leaf for an umbrella. I love that one. And there's a little ladybug reading a book. I think I'm going to make some bookmarks with that. And it comes with a really pretty green ribbon. And one of the things I didn't see till today, I didn't notice, is the die set has little berries. So there's like blackberries and strawberries and raspberries in the die as part of the die set. I hadn't really noticed that before. One of the sheets of paper has like these cards. You can cut these out and use these really just for your whole card front. Now, another one that I really love is the Beach Boardwalk Suite. So we saw this also in a scrapbooking layout, in a scrapbooking workshop earlier. The scrapbooking workshops and the paper packs have slightly different paper. So some of the pieces are the same from the scrapbooking paper and the paper that's in the workshop, but some of them are different too. So kind of really need to get the scrapbooking workshop and the extra paper, and then you can make a bunch of pages and even bling it up more. Now, what I really like in this set is the die cuts. So it comes with this stamp set, Boardwalk Fun, and the coordinating die cuts. With the die cuts, you can cut out the Ferris wheel, and you can cut out the little cars that go on the Ferris wheel. They can be different colors. You can put them on with dimensionals. You can also cut out and stamp the palm trees there. The roller coaster is just a stamp, but then you can cut out the cars that go on the roller coaster and add some dimension to that. So people are doing a lot of fun things with that. It has this ticket die cut that I think you can use over and over and over. And then these words fit on the ticket, so you can use those as kind of embellishments. And here's a couple of examples. I've made a card similar to this, a little different, but like this, where you use the Ferris wheel and put the little cars on. It's a little bit of work, but the dies for the cars come in a little group of 6. So you can cut out 6 at a time, and that makes it a lot quicker. And then there's also some puffy stickers with this one that are really cute. A couple more examples on the next page, and then probably a reminder about the very best tool that you need, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. If you don't have one of these, you definitely want to invest in this, because that's how you cut out all of the shapes from the die cuts. And you also use this to make the embossing impressions on paper from the embossing folders. Now we're going to go into some of the stamps and punch and die bundles. If you don't have a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine or a Sizzix or something like that and can't yet invest in the dies, then it might make sense to get a stamp that has punches with it. So this is my favorite one in this catalog. I only have 3 punches so far. This was the third one that I bought, but I thought it was adorably cute and worth investing in. So this is the Woolly Friends bundle, and it makes these little sheep. And I have seen so many cute things with these sheep. So the punches out 3 of the shapes, or 4 of the shapes are shown in pink here, where they show the stamps. Um, so you can make these over and over and over again. And you can see here, like even though it's one body, depending on where you put the head, you can make it look like a lot of different kinds of sheep going on there. There is another body on the stamp set that you can use that makes it look like the sheep is jumping. Um, and then there's also this is like a 2-step stamp, so you can stamp the outline one color and use this stamp to stamp the furry part of the body a different color. Um, and this is just adorable. I've seen so many cute things with that, and I've started crafting with that one. All right, now we're on to, I can't get my camera to focus, the Hope, Love, and Joy bundle. And I really love this one. It's on my list. I didn't buy it yet, though. But this stamp set is one of the stamps designed by one of the $1 million sales achievers. That's one of the perks you get when you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. When your lifetime purchases and sales equals $1 million, you get to design a stamp. Um, and I love seeing what people pick, and I love kind of supporting those people who have designed them. So this one is from Evie DiPiazza. Whenever you see this little gold symbol, that means that was from $1 million sales achiever. And this stamp set has the words joy, love, and hope. But then where the O is, you can stamp the O separately or any of these other symbols. So there's like an earth, a peace dove, a star, a ribbon, a heart, a couple other things. So I definitely have this one on my wish list. And then there is a gears and texture bundle, also on my wish list, but I don't have it yet. This one you can cut out and stamp all kinds of machinery and gears. I've seen some people use the gears on little spinners or on brads so they actually move. Can't wait to do that. There's a suite I haven't really explored too much yet, Joyful Squares bundle. This has stamp set and die cuts, and then it coordinates with this square snippets paper. And so people are making lots of different scrapbook pages using this and cards. And that's the card that's featured on the front is made with that. Then this is the second offering of washi tape and coordinating dies and stamps. So if you watched my videos last year, you probably saw me do a lot of things with a flowery one. Can't remember what it was called now. Maybe Joyful Flower, Joyful Impressions or something. But I really enjoyed using that. I still have one whole roll of that washi tape left. I used it for some of the cards in my Christmas Advent kit. In this catalog, they have one called the Greenery Lane Bundle. And this one has the washi tape over here. The dies cut out each of the designs on the washi tape separately. So you kind of put the washi tape on a piece of cardstock, whatever color you use really gives it a different look. If you use white or ivory, or if you were to use like soft seafoam or lighter green, you'd get a completely different look here. You put the washi tape on your cardstock and then you can cut it out using the dies. Or you can stamp and just use the dies to get all kinds of different colors if you want. I really like this, and I'll be getting this too. And Deb, I see you like the tulips. I think I went right past that maybe, but did you get that one yet? Yeah, I walked right past that because I got distracted by the sheep. This tulip one called Sunshines and Tulips creates like a really nice layered effect. So you can cut out different colored flowers and different colored card front and layer them all together. I don't know if you got that one or not. So this catalog is like really packed full of great stuff. I hadn't really taken all my time with it. Then there's some of the stuff we've seen already. This is the Love Story Suite. We saw the Love Story workshop up front. The Exploring Nature Suite also has a nice stamp set with large sentiments that can be really good for scrapbooking. You can also get this paper pack with a sticker sheet over here. So if you're doing your own scrapbooking from scratch, you can do that. There is another coordinating stamp that goes with the beach boardwalk set. With each of these paper suites, you can buy a coordinating color pack so you can get all the color cardstocks without investing in large packages of each one. We're almost done. As you get to the back here, there's some more embellishments. So there's a new set of sparkly dots. This one has Night of Navy, Garden Green, Petunia Pop, and Pretty in Pink. I'm really finding that each catalog, I need to buy the little dots that come out, and then eventually I'll have the dots in all the colors so I can use whatever I want. I haven't really been doing that too much. There's an embossing folder here that's called All in a Row. It's kind of like a plaid with flowers and dots and lines in it. And then there's this really interesting paper pack called Mixed Up Patterns that can add to and coordinate with the pattern paper in each of the suites in this catalog. Another one that's easy to overlook because it's in the back here, but I think this would be really useful, is called Addressed to You. This is another $1 Million Achiever stamp set from Sonia Schulte. I think this is great. This is like really unique. So it has these shapes you can use to embellish the front of your card. I particularly like this one with the stripes on it. That would really help me a lot, I think, make my addressing look neater. And then there's some little images you can add on, some snowflakes, some flowers, some balloons over here. And then these little like square and circle that you could use to for a card or a journaling spot on a scrapbook page, or to put on the front of your envelopes. So that's one that I need to get to. Back here is a shell collecting stamp set and die set. And I do love shells. I don't have this one on my list yet because I have so many shell stamps. But probably the more I see people make things with it, the more I'll want it. Then there's one back here called Aspen Grove. This is just a stamp set, I believe, unless somebody proves me wrong. If you like white birch trees, this is the one for you. So I'm seeing people kind of use this as a background. I've seen people add some other critters in front of it. There's a beautiful sentiment stamp here that I already bought. This is another one from $1 Million Sales Achiever. This is from Carol Nordquist. Carol, if you ever see this video, I love these sentiments here. This is just perfect for sympathy cards, for praying for you. All of those times you need to send a card to someone who needs to know you're in their corner, and so is God. So these are beautiful sentiments. I really like this one that says, keeping you in my thoughts, holding you in my heart, and remembering you in my prayers. That's frequently what I want to say to someone when they go through loss. And then the last couple of pages just have some reminders for you. So product of the month. If you haven't seen this or know what this is, now each month Stampin' Up! Has a new product that's only available through the Product of the Month program. You can get it when your order reaches $75. You can then add this for $5. This month, it's a really nice stamp set called Fabulous Sayings that has really usable things on it, like thank you and happy birthday, and a really neat font. So look for that this month or in the future. Also, a reminder to make sure you're signed up for Stampin' Up! Rewards when you log in and create your account, or if you already have an account when you go to shop, make sure that you are opted in for Stampin' Up! Rewards. You'll get 10% back on all your purchases. So if you purchase, say, $75, add the $5 stamp, then you'll have an $80 purchase. You'll get $8 in Stampin' Rewards to use on a future purchase. And then this month, it's not in the catalog, but this month there's also bonus days going on. So you also will receive a $5 coupon for every $50 you spend that you can use next month. So the savings are really stacking up. And then a reminder kind of on the last page here for the opportunity that exists to join Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator. You get further rewards, a 20% discount on all of your products. You'll get to see and order products early, and other perks like being part of our team that I think is really the best reason to be part of Stampin' Up! And I'll give you a sneak peek heads up that there's a great join offer coming in February. So starting, I think, February 3rd, you can get, in addition to what you normally get when you join Stampin' Up., which is $125 worth of products that you pick for, gosh, I don't have it in front of me. I think it's for $99 or $95. Then in February, you'll also be able to exclusively purchase a new Stampin' Positioner tool that's just coming out. Demonstrators were already able to order it. I ordered mine, and it should be here next week, and then I'll show you how that works. But in February, if you join my team, you'll be able to get that for free added to your starter kit. So if you're thinking about it, February is going to be a great month to join. Then at the end of the catalog, there's a great little index, which I was looking at today and going, I think maybe this is my shopping list and I should cross it off as I order things. A quick reminder in the back about Paper Pumpkin. That's a monthly subscription kit. We are getting together the last Friday of each month, in general, the last Friday of each month, to make our Paper Pumpkin kits. This month's kit was called Special Delivery. You've already received it if you subscribed, and we're getting together Friday night to make it. So if you have that kit or something else you want to work on, feel free to RSVP and come over. And then you always want to really look online, because in addition to everything that's in this catalog, you can still purchase most of the stuff from, everything from the annual catalog that came out last spring, and online exclusives. So every 2 months, I think, there's new offerings of online exclusives. Every month, there's 2 or 3 new kits that get added. So definitely shop online and browse and look at everything. You'll go to blueberrycanary.stampinup.net to find my shopping page. And if you have any questions, just let me know. If you want to come to any of my upcoming events, let me know. And I hope to see you and craft with you soon. And I will, now that I have a lot of parts of this going live working, I am going to figure out how to make my camera not focus and move around. So hopefully next time will be even better. All right, thanks for joining me. And if you see this on replay, can you also leave me a message that you saw it? That's going to help me a lot to figure out how to best do this going live in the future. All right, and thanks, Debbie, for joining me. It didn't look too great out today, but tomorrow I'll probably be going out, so I could drop off those numbers for you.